what you were talking about, it's sort of, you talk about this flip-flopping a lot.
Yeah.
And I sort of, you know, more, I mean, the flip lately, which is good. But there's all this niggling in the background saying, you know, this isn't it.
Yeah.
And it's sort of, I mean, the question almost seems a bit silly now, but I'm sort of curious, you know, if this is the same as you went through. Like, you know, sort of everything, like I say, all the thoughts sort of generally subsides. It's just gone, it varies from sort of a joyful state to sometimes, you know, I just become totally absorbed in the moment. You know, it's just the sounds of the birds, and everything just feels very light and fresh.
That's it. The absorption.
And that's it.
That when are you a musician?
No.
No. Or an artist in any way?
No.
What do you like? Bike riding?
Yeah, I'm out in nature. Nature tends to happen when I'm out in nature more than anything.
And it's just an absorption in what's happening. It's like and what's happening can be thinking. I make thinking sound bad.
Yeah.
It can be thinking, but it's not this claim this personal. I mean, everything I say makes it sound so different, but it's just that everything's just happening. The suffering is all about, it could be different. It could be different, something else, looking for that better. And it's just chopping wood, someone's pissing you off, there's pissed offness. It's not about something else, it's what's happening. And it's not about joy or bliss, or although some people get a big side effect of bliss and then they talk a lot about bliss and then that becomes something. It's just what's happening, and that was always enough. If there's not someone there screaming, I want something else, then that's it.
So really, all your experience is just this.
Yes.
And that's enough.
Yeah, and thinking can happen about planning for future or something else, but it's an absolute absorption in what's happening. You know, as a child, when you're just playing and you're doing ridiculous things and you're not questioning why you've got to tie some branches together and then, I don't know, hang off it or make a little home for it or something.
Is there still a me here?
Yeah.
See, that's fine, yeah, because so many teachers talk about there being a me here.
I know.
And I'm sort of sat there and, you know, sometimes my mind just stops completely, you know, for a few minutes.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden the voice goes in and it says, but are you still a me? I go, am I a me? Yes, I am a me. Am I a me? Yes, it's definitely a me. Oh, this isn't it, damn.
The really weird thing is, you know, when I was talking about that absorption, is there a me or isn't a me, it becomes absolutely ridiculous. So when actually somebody says to me, I don't know if we did it this weekend or to this, if someone says, is there a me there or not, it's like asking an impossible that can't be answered, because it becomes, when you're absorbed in something like driving, or it's absolutely irrelevant if there's a person there or not.
Until the thought arises.
Yeah, that's what you said, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, we were talking about it yesterday.
It's irrelevant. Yeah. Right.
It's just what's happening, but that, bless that little energy, and it couldn't be any other way when that energy is arising, and it wants to do something. So it's like questioning if there's somebody there or not somebody there. Or we're all going to watch Dee now.
And so sometimes I sort of thinking, you know, I'm quite happy. I'm actually, you know, just totally joyful and just no reason and just, or not joyful, but it doesn't matter. And then the voice comes in and says, you know,
he's still there.
Yeah, and then it just goes off on that little dance for a while.
Yeah,
and
you know, saying this isn't it. You should be in some divine absolute state, dwelling in God or something.
But it will also do the opposite, that little person.
So really, it's just this.
It's just this. Now, the mind, you know how the mind was doing the opposite then? Not the opposite, it was doing the negative. It was like, am I really here? Am I gone? Am I not gone? Da, 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 da. It will also do the positive. Now, when it has joyful experiences or positive experiences, it will also jump on the bandwagon there and be like, I'm liberated. This is it. And it's really got nothing to do with either of them. It's just this. And your nature doesn't suffer. that life can be painful or pleasurable, but it doesn't suffer.
Because now I've gone into this question, it's like, right, I've got to get to the bottom of this now.
Yeah.
Now I've got two options.
Yeah.
You know, and 10 minutes ago, it was just, you know, the crows crowing and the bee being, and that's it. So you don't dwell in the absolute in some divine state. There's nothing to do
Well,
with this
everybody's
at
dwelling in the absolute because everybody is the absolute.
all.
But the absolute isn't a sensation of bliss, or like you can't. I mean, if the absolute is everything, then it can't just be one sensation. That's something that's coming and going. Like you have an idea that there's the absolute, and then there's when you're enlightened, you'll just be blissful. But why? Why is that higher than anything else? You never will get to the bottom of it. It's just thoughts, appearances coming and going continuously.
Yeah. There
can be that moment of satisfaction where you're like, job done, but then something else appears. There's never a start or a finish. It's just appearances coming and going, coming and going. You can it's quite amazing the way that these appearances have formed such a great drama in the humans. The dogs don't have it, and the bees don't have it, and the trees don't have it, but the humans have really gone around chasing their tail. They've made a real drama. You know how the dog chases its tail and it looks quite uncomfortable for the dog? The humans have made a good old drama of chasing their tail. Where am I? Where is it?
So there's nothing to do, and I can just forget about it.
Well, that's still on an assumption that you do choose to do anything. It just either happens or not. The inquiry or not will happen.